Are you guilty of burying your trees alive? Have you ever found yourself trying to get rid of extra mulch and dumping it all under one tree in a giant volcano formation? Well, you're not alone, and we are here to help. Why, you may ask, do we mulch anyways? Well, because there are tons of benefits. First, you're building a barrier between your tree specimen and your weed eater or mower. You will also improve the structure, fertility, and biodiversity of the soil by making a habitat for earthworms and other beneficial organisms. Mulching will enhance gas transfer, water infiltration, prevent soil erosion and compaction, suppress pathogens and pests, reduce soil moisture loss from evaporation, and decrease pressure from competing weeds. Also, an organic mulch will release nutrients and organic matter into the soil as it decomposes. Not to mention, it's economic, aesthetically pleasing, and easy to apply. There are several different types of mulch that you can use. Wood chips, often from cedar trees, are commonly used, although many different tree species make useful mulches. Wood chip mulch will aggregate or improve the soil structure, allowing for more nutrients to get to the tree roots. It will also help with water retention. Dark colored mulch is not your best option because it will attract heat. It is recommended to use local arborist mulch. This will keep waste out of the landfills and keep your costs down. Rubber mulches are inorganic and will not hold water or help aggregate the soil. Overmulching or mulching incorrectly could lead to a slow and painful death for your tree. Repeated mulch applications can cause waterlogged soils, depriving roots of oxygen and leading to root rot. This can also create a situation where your roots are growing into the mulch, not the soil, and raise the temperature of your soil to levels that can kill your tree. Covering the base of your tree trunk with mulch can cause a lot of issues. By doing this, you will decrease gas exchange, killing the inner bark. Also, the high temperatures of mulch can stop the autumn hardening process that plants must go through to prepare for winter, which can kill the tissues. A section of dead inner bark will stop nutrient flow from leaves to roots and vice versa. This dead tissue will be an opportune place for pathogens to
We're here
attack.
on Grow Tube. We're going to tell you how to properly mulch a tree today. All right. Now, the first thing you got to do, you got to find yourself a tree. This is real important. Don't be finding yourself something that ain't a tree. Here's a tree. We're going to mulch it today. Now, the second step is you got to find an area that needs to be clear of weeds. And you can see the area that we're about to mulch was mulched probably about a year or two ago. And it doesn't have a whole lot of weeds in it, but the Bermuda grass that is grown in, you're probably going to want to grab some of that, get rid of it, get it real nice and clean. Yeah, see all that right there? Real nice. There's some debris. Oh yeah, that's good stuff right there. Some rhizomes growing under there. Alright. Now, she looks like she's pretty clean. So the next step we're going to do, you got to get yourself some mulch. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can get mulch, but where we got our mulch is from a local arborist who ground it up. Now we have real good organic mulch. See that? Real nice and organic. Whole bunch of tree wood chips in there. So all we're going to do, we're going to start to spread it out. Ethan, if you want to help me out here a little bit, put some mulch in there. There's a few leaves in there, but that's not going to hurt it. We'll smooth it out when we get done. We're just going to kind of keep throwing all this out. Maybe dump a little. Now, as we talked about earlier, one of the very important things to understand is you have to keep the mulch away from the base of the trunk. This is very important, and it's something to remember when you're during this process. Just keep getting it in there. Now the whole idea is kind of like making a donut around it. Let's just go ahead. We're gonna need all that. So let's just go ahead and do that. Now we got our trash bag there. Keep your base away from the trunk. Keep that. See how we have a good layer there? Oh, there's that stick out. See that? You gotta keep a good donut. And the idea is you want it to be 4 inches high right here where it's the top of the donut. We're gonna have a donut form just like that. We're gonna keep going there. 4 inches high. That might be just a little bit too thick, so we're gonna kind of even it out. This area looks like it can use one more. Just gonna keep going there. There you go. Get it all, smooth it out, all nice and neat. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now you can reapply it as needed. Some people like to do it every 2 years. Some people do it every year in the spring. Depends on your location. A lot of people probably do it in April or March, even May. One thing that some companies do is they will remulch twice a year, and the one thing to keep in mind though, you don't want much more than 4 inches, and you want to keep it, you don't want to get much higher than that because it's going to be too much. So when you reapply it, say next spring when we come around, we're not going to put as much as we put down today. We're going to put just enough to get it real nice and fresh so that it looks nice and appealing. And as you can see, it looks a lot better than it did. It's going to keep good moisture for the plant. Right there, let's see how far we in there. How far are we? Oh, looks like we need a little more, but we're kind of out of mulch, so that's 3 to 4 inches is about right. So we're probably good. So, all right, and that's how you mulch a tree.